Hello, everybody, and welcome to Grim Scenarios, episode 16. It's a very special episode for Emma, whose favorite number is 4, because 16 is 4 4s. We've done this for 4 times, as long as we really probably thought we were going to manage to do it. But we're still here, and we're still talking about all kinds of fun characters, here with my co-host, Emma. Hello, Emma.
Who are you?
Oh yeah, I didn't say who I am. I'm Milk, and I'm here with my co-host Emma. Hello, Emma.
Sorry, like the drink? Isn't that a bit weird?
Yeah, it is a bit weird. You know, one of these days maybe I'll switch to going by my normal name in this community. But unfortunately, there's already an Alex that's very well known, and so we're gonna have to stick with Milk for the moment. We are well into the requested scripts and characters from our giveaway raffle. I don't know how we want to call it, but from the things that people were asking us to look into when we did our giveaway. So we've still got a couple more requests. Some of them are doubled up. We had a lot of people ask us to cover Amnesiac. In various different scripts, which we've already covered in Laissez-faire, but you know, we may come back to Amnesiac and give it another look at some point. What we definitely had a request to look into was the Al-Hadikia, and that is a spooky demon. Ooh. But a script which heavily features the Al-Hadikia is the one we're going to be looking at today. Aero's very famous script. Well, I think it's pretty famous. A lot of people know it. A lot of people have played it. Reptiles. And so we're going to be looking today at Reptiles, and we're going to be looking at, I think, a controversial character. Emma, wouldn't you say? A character that people have very mixed opinions on.
They do. The terrifying heretic. The heretic is controversial because some people fundamentally dislike playing games where they don't really know the win condition. So let's just get up front with that. The heretic is a character that makes it so you don't really know the win condition.
Yep. And a reason that it's important on this script especially, a way that it really can be used to actually help balance a script, is when you have exceptionally powerful evils on a script. Here we've got the Al-Hadikia, which can kill up to 3 players at night. The Al-Hadikia is tricky to work around. We're going to talk about it in a little while. We have a Baron, which can add multiple outsiders, confusing the good team's information. A Psychopath that can kill during the day and is pretty robust and hard to kill itself. A Spy that knows the entire Grim and registers as good. The Devil's Advocate that can just protect the demon from death toward the end of the game. And the Poisoner, which, again, you know, very strong, able to just scuff good information and good abilities. So when you have an evil team this strong, one way of dealing with it on a script is to simply add a character that turns that strength into weakness, and the Heretic does exactly that. Heretic is a disruptor, but it disrupts both teams equally, to some extent, I think.
Okay, yeah. And, you know, the Al-Hadikia also can have a little bit of a tough time killing itself some of the time. On this script, it can, because if the Al-Hadikia doesn't directly kill, the Al-Hadikia can always pick itself and choose to die. There are characters on this script who will cause an Al-Hadikia to live through a self-selection. So the Al-Hadikia isn't like, it's not quite as like rough as Little Monster or as Puka, which absolutely cannot kill itself under any manner.
Yep.
But it's not like a Nodashi, which in a heretic game can just stab itself in the face if it thinks it's a heretic and take that decision entirely in its own hands.
Yep.
Like, the good team has counterplays if they think the demon might try to kill itself.
Yep. The Psychopath can kill the demon as well if it's in play. Right, there's a lot of different possibilities. But yeah, I agree that Al-Hadikia and Heretic do work better together than some other demon and heretic combinations.
So so the requested character for this script was, of course, the Al-Had, but we figured the Heretic would be a nice balancing point. Now, one of the things with Heretic, obviously, is it's an outsider who's incentivized to hide itself. At least at the start. But eventually the Heretic does need to start outing to players, but hopefully only good ones, in the hopes that that will allow the Heretic to build the social trust necessary to cause the good team to execute someone they know not to be the demon on Final 3.
Yeah, that's right. There are 2 jinxes on this script. There's 2 jinxes with Heretic with minions here. The Heretic and the Spy are what we call hard jinxed. They cannot be in play together. If one is in play, the other is not. And then the Heretic is jinxed with the Baron. In a game with the Heretic on the script, the Baron might only add 1 outsider instead of 2. That's to cover for the possibility of a Heretic being in play in a 4 outsider script, so that the Baron doesn't guarantee a Heretic being in play. Here we don't really have that issue because there are 5 outsiders on the script, so the storyteller could, in theory, not put Heretic in the bag. And with all that sort of settled and in mind, should we go out to the Grim, Emma? All right, Emma, you are the Heretic in seat 6, and maybe a good place to start with the Heretic is just a little general overview for players who've never pulled the Heretic token. If a player pulled the Heretic token for the very first time, they're sitting at a table and they pull the Heretic for the first time, what are maybe 1 or 2 or 3 little pieces of information, little thoughts that you would want them to have, little bits and pieces that would be helpful?
Yeah, so obviously the first thing you need to decide is how are you going to decide who to trust and what are you going to lie about?
Okay. What kind of recommendations would you give to them in that case? One thing I see heretics do a lot is lie that they are, or bluff that they are a different outsider.
And there's a few problems with that on this script in particular. In which case, the demon will know if you're lying about being the barber when you get killed. If you claim saint, that makes it substantially harder for your team to win, because they might think that executing you is their win condition, and they think it's a heretic game, and it's not. And of course, there's no way for you to know that you're the drunk, unless you happen to be evil in this script, because the drunk is Stormcaught on this script.
Yep.
The only outsider you can really bluff as is Sweetheart, and that creates an issue of, well, what if the Sweetheart's in play, then you just look like an evil player in a double claim.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't necessarily bluff as an outsider here.
All right.
I would maybe consider bluffing as a high priority role that the demon is going to want to kill. So consider possibly a tea lady bluff, a chambermaid bluff, though those are tricky, a general bluff. Like, those are the real powerful ongoing information roles, because you want to die of the night, because dying of the night will help you build social trust for when you have to then switch to the second phase of your game, which is convincing players you think are good that you are the heretic and that they should not be killing the demon.
So let's talk about that in the second part, is how do you go about, as a newly minted heretic, finding anybody to trust?
Well, this script has one way that is pretty easy, which is maybe you're seen by a librarian.
Wouldn't that be the dream?
Wouldn't that be the dream? The good thing you know is that there's not a spy in play because you're seeing the heretic token. And the heretic and spy can't be in play together. So you know that whatever's going on with the librarian who's claiming to see you as the heretic, they're not a spy bluffing that. They don't actually know that you are. So hopefully there's a librarian. If you have a librarian who can confirm you, then that player can help you in the build social trust game. I think a lot of heretics I see do is they out to the first player who dies in the night. That can be a little trickier in an Al-Hadika game, because the Al-Had might be expecting that and might, like, for example, put themselves and their Baron in the First Knight's kills so that the Baron will die and try to suss out whether there's a heretic in play. And the Alhid then also knows that they'll safely be able to live because their Baron will choose to die.
Right. And they can even sacrifice another minion, a more powerful minion if they want to, and just try to bring them back later.
Yeah, though it's easier said than done to bring back your minions.
Sometimes
in
it works.
Alhid game. The more powerful thing dead minions can do for you is they can act as a anchor to sort of force kill two good players.
Yeah, I agree with that. As
the third pick. They'll always pick live, and either you get the minion back or the two good players die.
Yeah, that all sounds pretty good, and that sounds like hopefully a little bit of helpful advice that can give a new player, I guess, just something to grab onto. You know, when you see that upside down cross, it can be a little bit intimidating, and it can be quite frightening, I think.
Yeah. The one thing you don't want to do is you don't want evil to know there's a heretic in play until there's nothing they can do about it.
Right.
So in this script, that means you want to watch out for psychopathy. Like, if you get outed there's an active psychopath, it's bad news bears for you because the psychopath will just murder their demon in broad daylight.
Yep.
And there's nothing on this script that will save a demon whose psychopath has decided to murder them because they've learned it's a heretic game. Now, the demon and the psychopath will probably talk about this in advance. I would say it would be a rude play by a psychopath to just make this decision by themselves and kill their demon. I generally think that by using alt-win conditions that involve killing your demon. Don't go for them unless your demon has given you your express permission.
Yep. But we'll get to that in a little while. Well, Emma, it's day one. Everybody's awake. Everybody's alive. We're going to start out the day with your neighbor in seat 5 sending you a ping and wanting to talk to you.
Okay. What's up, seat 5?
Hi there, Emma. I've got a top 4 ping on you. I mean, I know there's not 4 on this script, but I've got a top 4 type ping on you, and I was wondering if you would be willing to do how you want to confirm it, how you'd like to do it.
You're a top 4 who saw me.
I'm a top 4 who saw you, Emma. So how do you want to go about this?
I'd like you to tell me what role you saw, and then I'll consider telling you whether you're right.
I don't want to tell you just one role. Can I give you 3 roles?
If that makes you feel comfortable and safe.
I'll tell you I saw either the sailor, the general, or the chambermaid.
You saw the sailor, chambermaid, or general?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you should check with your other ping, because it ain't me.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you want to tell me anything about yourself? Obviously, I'm the washerwoman.
Yeah, I am the virgin. So
you're the virgin?
Nominate me, and we can see what happens.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. Thanks. That'll help a lot. And they go off to have another conversation. Who would you like to talk to next, Emma? You come back to town, and you've got seat 10, seat 1, and let's say seat 7. We'll go the cardinal points.
10, 1, and 7. Let's talk to seat 10. Haven't talked to a cardinal point yet today.
Hi, Emma. How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going super great for me. I got a token I really like today.
It's gone a little weird for me because I'm trapped with this sentient glass of milk, and it's the weirdest goddamn experience in the world.
Yeah, he's kind of a weirdo over there in probably seat 4. What have you got going on with the game? You got something interesting over there? Got a good powerful role?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited with my role. What's your role that you love so much?
Me? Oh, don't worry, you'll find out.
I'll find out?
Oh yeah, Emma, you're gonna find out. Everybody's gonna find out all about my role.
Seat 10, you're the psychopath, aren't you?
I got the axe. I'm so excited. I'm gonna do some chopping.
You should chop me first, because I'm the virgin, and then a good player won't be able to confirm me.
Sure you are, Emma.
I am.
Maybe I'll nominate you. Maybe I'll chop somebody else and then nominate you. What do you think about that?
You might get beaten to the punch if you do that. You should chop me. Chop me.
I don't know.
I dare you. I dare you. I double dog dare you, seat 10.
Ooh, exciting. Well, maybe I'll consider chopping you, Emma, but I've got a long list of grudges.
You're not gonna chop me. You don't have what it takes. You're not courageous enough, you're not brave enough, you're not strong enough.
Ooh.
Too much of a coward to kill me, seat 10.
Ooh, I like your style, Emma. Alright, I'll see you before nominations.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit what I'm doing there. I'm trying to bait the psychopath into killing me, and I will use whatever psychological weapons I have at my disposal, including calling them names unless they do.
Now, some sentient glasses of milk would fall for that, but other people may have other agendas.
Again, like I said, one of the things here is my agenda is to obtain social trust.
Okay.
So getting slashed by a psychopath is one of the best ways to gain social trust on this script.
All right, that seems fair. Well then, you go back to the town square, and I'll offer you the player in seat 12, the player in seat 2, and the player in seat 8.
12, 2, and 8?
12, 2, and 8.
Gotta beat seat 12.
Seat 12. Hey, Emma, what's up?
How's it going? I'd be a little nervous. I've heard that seat 10 is waving an axe around, because they told me they're waving an axe around.
Yeah, I don't really care. My role's already used, so doesn't really bother me.
Are you the chef?
I am the chef. Well done.
Yeah, I talked to a washerwoman already, so I figured you were probably just the chef here.
Yeah, just the chef. It's a 1, so if we believe it, we might be able to kill around the psychopath. Not sure.
Yeah, but in this script, we should probably, at least for a little bit, consider not killing into our information while we try to figure out the other thing on this script.
Why do you think that? I'm a little bit new to this script. I haven't really played on this one before.
Well, I would read the outsider character descriptions then. You should always read the character sheet before you start playing the game.
That's a really good piece of advice.
And there's an outsider on here that means we can't just go killing demons willy-nilly.
Oh, the heretic, right. I got you. So even if we know where the demon is, we might not want to kill them.
Yes. But since you are the chef, you can nominate me. I am the virgin. It would be good for us to confirm your information so we know where maybe not to look.
Okay, that sounds really good. I'll definitely do that. That would be really helpful. Okay, great. Thanks. I'll give you one more chat. You can talk to seat 4, seat 8, or seat 1.
Well, let's talk to seat 4.
Seat 4 it is. Hello, Emma. It's your old friend Milk. I don't know why we didn't talk first in this game. What do you want to do?
What? Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Milk, a sentient glass of milk that you do a podcast with. Anyway, it's not important. What do you feel like doing today? I'm a very trustworthy and powerful townsfolk role.
I'm sorry, I don't know you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably not important.
Are you playing in this game?
I am. I'm in seat 4.
Wow, wild. This is crazy.
I was a guest on your podcast last week. I don't know. Maybe you remember it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Short memory span. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe you just weren't super noticeable.
Sometimes I do fade into the background. Well, Emma, I would be interested in sharing some roles with you. As I've heard that you like to do. You like to share your definitely good townsfolk role with people on day one.
You know what, Milk, if that is even your name. I'll tell you the truth, because you're not going to nominate me because you're evil.
No, is that it?
Yeah, I'm the virgin and you're evil, so you're not going to nominate me.
Is that so? Well, I don't know. I have a powerful townsfolk role that I really don't want to lose. Nominating a virgin wouldn't be that good.
the DA isn't a townsfolk milk.
Okay, that sounds right. Probably me. Probably just the DA. Definitely just the DA. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm not claiming a role to you either, then, Emma. Goodbye.
I told you the truth. I'm the virgin.
Oh, you're the virgin. Okay, wait. You're the virgin. I'm the chambermaid. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm definitely the chambermaid. In fact, I'm the washerwoman confirmed chambermaid, Emma.
Oh, you're the washerwoman confirmed chambermaid.
That's right.
Yeah.
The washerwoman confirmed chambermaid.
I dare you to.
Oh, I will. I will nominate you. I'm totally nominating you. There's no way you're the virgin. And with that, you go back to town, and the storyteller says nominations will open in about a minute.
I say, do it, you coward. You don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes.
All right, the psychopath in seat 10 claims psychopath and throws the axe at the player in seat 1 who dies.
Coward. Coward.
And the storyteller opens nominations. And the player in seat 4 nominates you, Emma.
Cool.
Well, well, well. It looks like I'm not dead. What do you have to say to that, Emma?
You're the devil's advocate, I'm sure. So we kill you or we kill me. It doesn't really matter which order we do it, but one of us is lying or the drunk. Yeah.
Is that so? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm good. So it must be you, Emma. You must be the evil one.
No, you're the evil one. We should kill you first.
Well, town seems to agree not to kill you, and there's not enough votes to put you on the block.
God, what do I have to do to get killed around here?
I don't know. Probably something. Yeah, you get 5 votes.
I voted on myself, by the way.
Oh, you voted on yourself? Well, you know what? In that case, Emma, you could go on the block if you're voting on yourself.
Yeah, I say, I want the Undertaker to see me as the virgin, so that we all know Milk's a lying liar who lies tomorrow.
All right, Emma, you are on the block, and the player in seat 5 nominates the player in seat 8 and is executed and dies, and everybody goes to sleep.
Couldn't just let me have that one, Bill. Couldn't just let me have that one. I had a plan. I was trying so hard. You just wouldn't let me have it.
So, all right, Emma, what happens when, as the heretic, you have a plan and it goes really, really badly?
It's fine. We're just going to execute me tomorrow because now I'm a liar who's evil. I'm not backing out the virgin claim. I'm going to say I don't know what that is. Milk probably made a storytelling mistake.
All right, well, in the night, the following things happen. The Al-Hadikia selects the player in seat 9. The Al-Hadikia selects the player in seat 2. And the Al-Hadikia selects you, Emma.
So it's 9,
2, and you. So the storyteller comes in and says, "Hi, Emma, the Al-Hadikia has selected you. Would you like to live or die?"
No, I'm going to pick live. I want to be executed and be seen by an Undertaker.
You select live. Thank you. The next morning, you wake up, and the player in seat 9 is dead, and you are dead.
Who's the other name?
The player in seat 2.
Cool.
We'll leave these markers on here for now.
Oh my god, you killed me in the night after not letting me die in the day, Milk. You sinner. You hateful, spiteful man.
Oh, it just gets harder and harder for the poor heretic, doesn't it?
You spiteful, Milk. You spiteful.
All right, Emma. Well, it's day 2, and I'm going to go ahead and let you have any conversation you want here at the beginning of day 2. Who do you want to talk to?
I don't care. Whoever's around. I'm bitter at the cruel person designing the simulated scenario.
Oh, it's so sad. She really is mad. Well, you know what? you could talk to the player in seat 9, who is also dead with you. Isn't that nice, Emma?
Okay, I'll talk to the player in seat 9. Hey, what's up, buddy? What are you?
I was the innkeeper.
Did you protect seat 2 last night?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, no. I protected 4 and 7, but I guess it didn't matter.
Well, I chose Liv because I am actually the virgin. Seat 9 must be a Philo virgin who was drunking me.
You mean seat 8? Yeah. Maybe they were a Philo virgin who was drunking you. I guess that makes sense.
So I was frustrated, and I wanted the Undertaker to see that I was telling the truth. So I chose Liv.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I chose Liv because, powerful role. Thought maybe I could sneak in. I was the first pick, so maybe somebody else would say die later on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't really... I guess the player's probably good because they didn't take the opportunity to claim the credit for C2. Actually, I say, wait, you know what? You're probably good because you didn't try to take credit for C2. I'm just up to shenanigans. I'm the heretic. I was trying to get myself killed by being weird, so the Undertaker could see this, and we could start forming a little trust tree of friendly, blasphemers, anti-religious folk, heretics.
Okay, well, I'm glad you told me. Am I the only one that knows?
Yeah, because if you had tried to take credit for Seek 2 living, I would have been suspicious, but since you didn't, if you were evil bluffing innkeeper, that'd be the easy call.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm just a dead innkeeper.
I'm leaning towards trusting you.
Okay, you could probably trust the Virgin as well. If you want, I can talk to them for you. I mean, you could obviously trust the Virgin as well, but if you want,
I'll talk to the Virgin at some point.
Okay.
I don't want to make it too clear that I'm looking to start this thing going.
Yeah, the only thing is if you want them to cover your bluff, somebody should let them know to cover your bluff, right? They could just
I'll talk to philosopher.
Okay, sounds good. Bye, Emma. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you come back to town. A lot of people want to talk to Seat 8 today, but you can manage to sneak in a chat if you want.
Yeah, I would like to.
All right. Hey, Emma, what's up? You want to tell me about your role?
Hey, would you mind claiming Philo Virgin for me?
Yeah, I can claim Philo Virgin. Why?
I'm the heretic. I'd like to keep the Virgin bluff going.
Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. I could definitely do that. That's pretty easy.
And that also explains why I didn't blow up Seat 4.
Yeah, that's no problem. I could definitely cover that for you.
Okay, cool.
All right,
deal.
See ya. Okay, you come back to town, and you got 11, 2, and 7.
Oh, it's spot by 11.
11 it is. Hi, Emma, what's going on?
I'm literally actually the Virgin. I don't know what's going on here.
That's really weird. Maybe you were poisoned? It's possible there's a poisoner in the game.
No, Seat 8 is the Philo Virgin, I think. We talked a little bit about it.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's really unfortunate. That's too bad.
Yeah. That is what it is.
Maybe you can help me figure out my info. I'm the chambermaid, and I've got a...
Chambermaid Seat 11?
Yeah, I'm the chambermaid.
I have someone claiming to be a washerwoman confirmed chambermaid somewhere else.
I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard of a washerwoman confirmed chambermaid, but I got a 1 on Seat 2 and Seat 8 on the first night. So I think Seat 2 might just be the sailor. And I got a 2 on Seats 3 and 4.
Okay, cool. Fun.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, I'm just marking them as evil.
Okay, how come?
Chef 1, the washroom confirmed, the Seat 4 claiming to be a washroom confirmed chambermaid. I am going to check with Seat 5 and confirm that they saw the chambermaid on Seat 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that felt like a minion in specifics.
Okay, that seems possible, certainly. It was a weird chat, certainly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back out. I'll give you another chat you can talk to. I will say you can talk to Seat 3, 4, or 5. Let's give you the nice
I'll talk
little...
to Seat 5.
All right. Hey, what's going on, Emma?
Hey, someone told me they were the washroom and confirmed chambermaid who you saw.
No, I didn't confirm a chambermaid.
Oh,
I did confirm a player, but they're not a chambermaid.
interesting, because someone told me they were specifically the washroom and confirmed chambermaid, and then I got double clear of chambermaid.
Yeah, that sounds like them.
Okay. You're the washroom, but you are the washroom and confirmed.
I am the washerwoman confirming a player.
In seat 4.
Yes, I'm confirming seat 4.
Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Thank
All
you.
right, bye. All right, Emma, those were short chats, so I'll give you one more. Who do you want to talk to? Anybody?
That's enough for the day.
All right, good enough. So it's nomination time. What are you thinking right now before we get into noms?
I'm less inclined to kill seat 11 now after that talk. Knowing that seat 4 lied to me is fine. But it means seat 11 could be the demon, not the minion.
Okay. Well, before the nominations start for the day, the psychopath chops the virgin in seat 8.
Yeah, that was predictable.
Very predictable, and always what the psychopath is going to do there. Nominations go around, and eventually the nomination lands on your friend in seat 4. They claim to be washerwoman confirmed. The washerwoman speaks up, and the nomination is moved to the player in seat 7.
Oh, I was going to use my dead vote on seat 4.
Were you?
Yeah, I was thinking about it for sure.
I mean, they did get put on the block. They do seem suspicious to a lot of people, but claiming to be confirmed allowed them to move the vote to the player in seat 7.
Alright. I would rather execute seat 4 because I know they're good.
Interesting. Because you're the heretic.
Yeah, well, yeah, technically the washroom could be poisoned and have seen a demon bluff on seat 4.
Alright.
But most likely they're good, because there's no spy in the game.
The players, I will tell you that the player in seat 4, along with the players in seat 10, 11, and 12, were the ones who voted to lift onto seat 7, along with seat 2.
Ooh. Well, now I like this kill better.
Alright. Well, the player in seat 7 is executed and does not die. And everybody goes to sleep. During the night phase, Emma, the Al-Hadikia has selected the player in seat 3, the player in seat 7, and the player in seat 10. And in the morning, you find that the player in seat 3 has died. The player in seat 7 is alive, and the player in seat 10 is alive. I'll give you just 3 chats today, but you can pick them all.
I'll choose seat 7.
You choose seat 7. Hi, Emma. What's going on?
You're the sailor?
Fool.
Fool. Okay.
Yep. We took my first life yesterday, so I don't have another life to live.
You chose live last night.
I chose to live last night, yeah. Because I don't really mind if I die. Yeah.
Yep. Actual virgin, seat 8's the Philo.
Philo virgin. Okay. Yeah, I think somebody mentioned that to me earlier. No problem.
Okay.
All right, who next, Emma? Anybody?
Seat 3.
Hi, Emma. What's up? What can I do for you?
What's up with you? What are you up to this game?
The demon kind of did us a favor because I am the saint.
Fun.
Yep, I'm just a dead saint.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yep, pretty easy. I think I was pretty widely believed, to be honest. There aren't any other outsider claims, which means either a drunk or maybe a sweetheart or a barber that's hiding or a heretic. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you thinking about, Emma?
I'm thinking there's a slight issue here.
What's that?
And it's outsider count.
What's the problem?
The evil team knows whether there's a drunken play or not. Because the drunk is Stormcaught.
Stormcaught drunk.
So C3 is the saint. That means we're missing an outsider. Okay, I say, Cool. I'm the sweetheart.
Oh, okay, that's... oh, man, you died really early. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, well, good to know.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Bye. All right, and you got one more.
I'm going to talk to Seat 1.
Talk to seat 1. Hi, Emma.
Hey, what's up with you?
A little frustrated. I'm the flower girl. I just got chopped.
What did you... Oh, you got chopped day 1.
Yeah, got chopped day 1. Because the storyteller is too lazy to make up or track flower girl information.
Well, the psychopath chopped you.
Yeah, the psychopath chopped me. Right, that's what I meant.
Well, you probably just would have been sweetheart drunk anyway, because I am the sweetheart, and I died immediately, and that seems like a good sweetheart target.
You might want to talk to seat 4. They might be the only thing left worth drunking, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Emma, that's your 3 chats. What do you think about the Grim right now?
Not bad. So, if the chef's good, it's probably a chef 1 on seat 11 and 10, and based off voting patterns, either seat 4 or seat 2 is the other demon. Evil.
Okay.
Seat 7 could be a DA, but it seems weird they would have been picked to the night as a DA.
All right, that sounds right.
So seat 7 is probably good. So I think most likely we have an evil team of seat 10, either seat 11 or seat 12, and either seat 2 or seat 4.
All right, that sounds pretty plausible to me. Do you think this is a possible final day scenario?
We should try to execute the psychopath today.
Okay. Most of town, including the player in seat 4, agree with you, by the way. And so they do attempt to execute the player in seat 4 today. And I mean, I feel like since we have the capability,
you're gonna let me play rock paper scissors.
Let's play rock paper scissors. All right, pick a thing, Emma. Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, a tie.
Gosh.
The one time I don't throw a rock.
Yeah, how dare you not be predictable?
Well, the psychopath is executed and does not die, and everybody...
Did the psychopath kill anyone today?
Yes, they killed the virgin today, right?
No, that was yesterday.
They didn't get a chance to kill yet. Oh, they have to kill. Ooh, the psychopath forgot to do their kill. Well, that's unfortunate for the psychopath. They would have killed the player in seat 7. Yeah, they would have killed the player in seat 7.
Alright, cool. That's what I figured they were going to do.
Yep.
Cool.
So everybody goes to sleep. All right, Emma. In the night, the player in seat 2 is targeted.
Mm-hmm.
The player in seat 10 is targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And the player in seat 4 is targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning, you wake up to find that the player in seat 2 has died.
Yeah, they were definitely good.
Mm-hmm. Let me just nominate this player and get this mark out of here. We don't need that anymore.
Does the psychopath kill someone?
The psychopath immediately turns and kills the player in seat 4.
Interesting kill.
Yep.
I think it's about time we do a round robin.
Yeah, seems like a good idea to me. The player in seat 1 claims Flower Girl. The player in seat 2 claims Sailor. The player in seat 3 claims Saint. The player in seat 4 claims General. The player in seat 4 says their general information is weird and they're not sure what to make of it. The player in seat 5 says they're the washerwoman confirming the general. What do you say on your turn?
Sweetheart.
The player in seat 7 claims to be the Fool. The player in seat 8 claims to be the Virgin. The player in seat 9 claims to be the Innkeeper. The player in seat 10 laughs and says that they are obviously the Demon. The player in seat 11 says they're the Chambermaid. And the player in seat 12 seems a little bit confused and says that they're the Chef with a 1.
I say, hey, seat 11, what's your information?
I've got information that confirms pretty much everybody's claims.
Yeah, but what's your information?
Yeah, I got, what did I say? I have a 1 on 8 and 2. I've got a, I've got a 2 on 3 and 4. Oh, I guess that doesn't work, so maybe I was poisoned that night.
Yeah, I'm saying you're probably just sweetheart drunk. Let's kill seat 12, the obvious demon.
Oh. You think we should kill seat 12? The obvious demon?
Yeah. You're just sweetheart drunk. That's why your information didn't check out.
Oh. Alright. I guess that makes a whole lot of sense. I nominate the player at seat 12. Seat 11 nominates seat 12. Seat 12 says, oh, I think I get it. Yeah, let's do this. The nomination goes around. People seem broadly confused. Do you vote on this?
Yeah. Seat 11's information was made up. Like, it was wrong and made up.
As do the players in seat 10 and 11, resulting in the execution of the chef. I mean, the Al-Hadikia.
Oh.
Oh, you ended up with the final 3 of all evils, and the storyteller couldn't end the game. It's very sad. Everyone else gave their true roles in the round robin, but you did a great job of hiding Heretic, Emma. And an important thing to remember about Heretic is no matter how well you play, sometimes you don't know.
Oh, God, you gave me an unsolvable puzzle, Milk.
Oh, it was so solvable. All you had to do was figure out that the chef was the Al-Hadikia, Emma.
Yeah, but you put all 3 evils alive.
Yeah, I did do that. It was very mean of me to not kill one of the evils with the Al-Hadikia, or not have the good team kill an evil. And sometimes, for a heretic, it just is. But...
oh my god. This is a... You created a no-win situation. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Starfleet in the 23rd century, you little jerk.
I think the Kobiyashi Maru is a perfectly valid test, Emma. One which I think you passed with flying colors, and all of our wonderfully nerdy Star Trek loving friends will have a good laugh at both of our expense.
Let's go to the break. We're done with this. This is why we don't let special guests come back.
Alright, Kim, take us to the break. They can probably still hear us, though. Alright.
Hello and welcome back to the back half of our episode where Milk is still cackling like a fool. With all your funny hats, you don't have a fez to wear, Milk?
No, I actually don't own a fez, so if somebody wants to give me a fez, I would be happy to accept one.
You have a fez. You're the Al-Hadikia.
Oh yeah, right. I'll just get my head down. It's pretty... I don't think I can... Alright, well, enough of that.
Alright. So, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to tell you that we're going to start on night 2.
Night 2.
And I'm going to tell you the entire Grim, because you have a spy.
Oh, that's exciting. That's super helpful, then.
And so, you are sat next to the... let's go out to the Grim, so...
Yeah, let's do that.
So, the Baron is sat in seat 12.
Okay. The Baron.
The Innkeeper in seat 1.
Sure, Innkeeper in seat 1.
The Barber in seat 2.
Barber in seat 2.
Seat 3 is your Saint.
That's the Saint.
Seat 4 is your Spy.
Is my Spy.
Seat 5 is the Drunk, who, if you of course were told was the Drunk because this is a storm caught. drunk script. They think they're the flower girl.
They think they're the flower girl, but they are in fact the drunk.
Seat 6 is the general.
Ooh, a general. General's strong.
Seat 7 is the Philo Snake Charmer.
The Philo who has gone Snake Charmer.
Seat 8 is the Undertaker who cannot die.
The Undertaker who cannot die. Got it?
Because they're sat next to Seat 9, the Tea Lady.
Tea Lady.
Which just leaves Seat 10, the Sweetheart who cannot die. And the Sweetheart was executed yesterday.
And did not die.
And did not die.
Okay.
So, Milk, the trickiest thing about the Al-Hadikia is choosing who you pick a night.
That's right.
So we're not going to really talk about your bluffs this game, which, by the way, are Washerwoman, Chambermaid, and Fool.
I'll pull those out. They're probably things.
We're not going to super much talk about the socials. We're going to talk about your killing strategy. Who are you picking? Why are you picking them? What sort of people do you not want to die on this setup?
Yeah, this is I think a really good exercise actually, especially just thinking about the Al-Hadikia where you can't guarantee that your kills are going to go through, right? That's a big kind of challenge for this. Mm-hmm. So the first thing to think about is when you make kills, you're going to be making them grouped together in threes. Now the order of those threes matters to some extent.
No, it matters quite a bit.
Yeah, it matters. It matters to you as an evil player trying to make sure that you get the kills, and it matters more the later in the game it gets as the townsfolk have shared more information. This early in the game, they're more likely to be looking at their own tokens to decide whether to live or die.
And it also matters, of course, because kills happen sequentially for the Al-Hadikia, even
Correct.
though they seem to happen at the same time.
So if I wanted to kill the Undertaker, I could kill the Tea Lady, then the Undertaker, for example, in the same night.
One of the ways I like thinking of Al-Had is it's essentially a two-phase attack. Phase 1 is the choice phase. Each player makes their choice, live or die. Those happen in sequence. If you choose die on the live or die on the choice phase, you die immediately, or attempt to die. If you fail to die because you're protected, you fail to die.
Yep.
And that happens each in sequence. And at the end of the sequence, the Al-Had then evaluates, have I successfully killed anyone? If the answer is yes, you move then to the Al-Had attack sequence, which results in no additional deaths because someone's already dead. If the answer is no, if they've all survived the choice sequence, they then all are attacked again by the Al-Hadikia in sequence individually. So if you, example, picked the Undertaker, then the Tea Lady, then the Sweetheart, the Undertaker could pick live or die. They would live because they would be protected by the Tea Lady.
They would always live.
They would always live. The Tea Lady might pick live or die. They might see where this is going. Mm-hmm. And so maybe the Tea Lady picks live, the Undertaker picks lives, the Sweetheart picks live. That all happens, everyone's alive, everyone then tries to die again in sequence. The Undertaker once again fails to die, because there's still Tea Lady protected at this point, but then the Tea Lady dies, and then the Sweetheart dies.
And what that means, from my perspective as the Al-Hadikia, is that I am in no particular hurry to kill the player in seat 9 who is the Tea Lady, because I can use their neighbors to kill other people. For example, I could pick the innkeeper first. The innkeeper is likely to choose to live. I could then pick the player in seat 8, the Undertaker, who can't die, and the player in seat 10, who can't die. And then the player in seat 8 and 10 both live, and the player in seat 1 likely dies, and it makes the player in seat 10 look suspicious. It makes the player in seat 8 potentially look suspicious, because they're going to say, I chose to die, you know.
And of course, the Sweetheart has already survived execution, so people might have a good idea of that. And you also have the benefit of the Drunk, who's another one of these can't die characters, but doesn't know they can't die.
That's right. So I could also pick the player in seat 1, the player in seat 5, and the player in seat 10 as a sort of sequence to kill off one player essentially. But again, I don't necessarily want to reveal to the drunk that they are the drunk by making it so they don't die in the night. So gotta be a little bit careful with the ordering. The innkeeper is pretty important to get rid of here. just because of how strong those protections are. And if I'm going to leave a tea lady alive that gives me predictable non-deaths in the night, then I don't really need the unpredictability of the innkeeper selections. Is how I feel about it. I don't particularly feel a need to do anything with the barber right now. The barber can live. The saint can probably go at any point. The saint will choose to die, so I need to find a time when the saint can, when having the saint choose to die won't be problematic for me.
Okay. And what about that Philo Charmer down there? What's your attitude when you know there's a Philo Charmer out there?
I mean, I know who the Philo Snake Charmer is. I win the game if the Philo Snake Charmer picks me. I lose the game if the Philo Snake Charmer picks everyone but me. Right? So, I don't want them to live forever, but in a very selfish way, I might leave them alive for a bit to see what happens. I can't let them confirm more than 1 or 2 players, and I really need to figure out who they're confirming. So, an expectation that I have tonight might be that they would consider picking a player who didn't die in the night, or who didn't die to execution, because that player might have been DA protected. So that player is likely to be a minion, or could be the demon. Pretty. I mean, from my perspective, I wouldn't DA protect the demon on night 1, but could be a demon. So they might pick that person just as a kind of safety net. That's a thought that I have. The only other thing here that I note is on a script with Heretic, General can be extremely powerful because the information that the General gets can help the good team solve Heretic later. But Generals often undervalue their role, and a General might choose to die if they think another more powerful townsfolk role is at stake.
Okay, so with all in mind, Milk, knowing the Grim, knowing the Sweetheart survived execution yesterday, who are you picking? And do you give any thought to choosing yourself night 2, rather?
I would consider picking myself probably on night 3, and I would arrange that with my minions. I would pick a good player. I would probably pick the Baron, and I would pick myself in an order. Probably not exactly that order. But yeah, I might consider killing myself on the second set of kills. I don't know, on the first set of kills it feels very I feel like people will forget it. Like if you do a play like that too early in the game, people won't really remember by the late game when they're trying to solve. I've actually had that happen before. I've tried to kill myself where I'd put myself in an Alhadikia selection too early in the game, and it gets to the end of the game and people are like, "Nah, you could still be the Alhadikia." They've forgotten. Even if you and if you point it out, it just makes you look suspicious. So that may be a play we would do night 2. That the Baron can sacrifice themselves, or the Spy can sacrifice themselves. What's the right kills here? Innkeeper is going to get picked first for sure. We need the Innkeeper out of here, because if we're going to do that play tomorrow night of picking myself and letting the Baron die, we need the Innkeeper not to randomly protect the Baron.
Yeah, that would be rough, wouldn't it?
That would be really, really rough. So we need the Innkeeper to go. We need to pick somebody else that we think will... We either need to pick somebody else that we think will choose to live, or we need to pick somebody else who we think will choose... who can't die. We can hedge our bets, though, by picking the Flower Girl, who will probably choose to live, and the Sweetheart third. If that reveals to the Flower Girl that they're the drunk, that's unfortunate for me, but whatever. Can't do anything about it.
Okay, so I'll give you 3 points for picking the Innkeeper. That seems like a nice, good pick there. As for the Flower Girl, I think the Flower Girl's going to pick Liv, and it's going to be hard for the Flower Girl to explain why they're still alive without concluding that they're the drunk here.
Yeah, I don't really want to pick them, but I don't see anybody else I can pick that I think is going to definitely choose to live.
But it may make the Flower Girl look evil, too.
Yeah.
Which helps you deal with that pesky drunk you cannot kill. So I'll give you 1 point for picking the Flower Girl.
All right, fair enough.
And the Sweetheart, I like the strategy there. I'll give you 2 points for picking the Sweetheart. I think that's a nice ballast.
Yep.
There. You are confirming the Tea-Lady and the Undertaker in a lot of ways here.
Yeah, we're going to kill them eventually. Probably in the same night, so.
So, I'm going to give you 6 points for those kills.
I'll take it.
All right.
7. You gave me 1 for the Flower Girl.
Yeah, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, I see. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Yep.
That's 6 total.
6 total. Very well. I'm not the mathematician. I'm the Alhadikia.
All right, so you wake up and the innkeeper's dead. There's a lot of discussion the next day, but eventually the decision is to execute C12, who flubbed their chambermaid bluff.
Yep, that's fine. All right, so now we're in an interesting spot where do we want to fake me being picked by the Alhadikia?
It'll probably cost you your second minion to do so.
I might be able to pick the Saint.
Yeah.
The Saint will want to die. And so I can pick the Saint.
What are you bluffing, by the way?
Me? Oh, of the 3 things you gave me? Well, if the Baron is taking Chambermaid...
You also have the entire Grim. So
I have the entire Grim. I don't really need to worry about that. I might bluff Heretic. just for the fun of it. I probably do that too much though. What else? We don't have a sailor here, but I don't really want to get tested. Washerwoman might be my best bet. Can Washerwoman confirm whatever the spy is claiming? That doesn't usually make you look like a demon. Washerwoman confirming someone else makes them look like the demon. We probably want to sell our spy as the demon eventually, so. Yeah, I'll probably take Washerwoman. I might take Fool. I'll take Fool because with Fool I can explain why I lived if I pick myself. Yeah, that's pretty good too. I like that.
All right. So Milk Knight 2, what kills are you looking at?
Yeah, so it's gonna be now time to get probably use the Saint to try to get me to look good here. Let's pick the Saint. What order are we gonna pick now? We'll pick. So the later you're picked, the more suspicious you look if you cause 3 people to die. So I'll pick myself first, I'll pick the Saint second, and I'll pick the Tea-Lady... No, I'll pick the General third.
Okay, and just talk us through those choices. Why the Saint and the General? You're not using the spy here to guarantee your safety.
I'm not using the spy to guarantee my safety, but the Saint is probably going to choose to die. They don't want to be made to look suspicious later in the game, and they're going to try to help the General live. So we're going to pick the Saint second. We could pick the General second. Probably picking the General second would have been smarter, but it's too late now. We could pick the General second, but I want the General to feel like they might have to ballast another strong roll, and sacrificing a General to save something more powerful, which we don't know what anybody's claimed to anybody else. A General might do that in that case because they might think a more powerful roll's on the block.
Okay, well, I'll give you 3 points for picking yourself there, because it's a bold thing, especially when you're not using a minion to guarantee your own survival. It's a bold choice. It's bold. We appreciate boldness here. So I'll give you 3 points for picking yourself.
Thank you.
I agree the Saint's probably likely to die. It's a little uninspired, though, don't you think? We'll give you 1 point for picking the Saint second.
That's fair. Should have picked the third also.
Yeah, I think if you had picked the Saint third and the General second, I would have given you 2 points for that General, but I think in this order, I agree. Like, the General third, the Saint doesn't know if they need to die to save the General. They don't know that yet. I'm gonna go with 0 points for the General third.
I think one of these two will choose to die.
Yeah, so I'll give you 4 points for this play.
It also doesn't flag spy.
Yeah, so the Saint dies, you and the General live, and you get 4 more points total for a total of 10 points so far.
Mm-hmm. 10 out of 18 is not great. We could probably be doing a lot better.
Well, it's really, but you could get 0 points on each pick, so.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really more like add 1 to those totals. So it's more like 13 out of 20, right? No, I don't know. 13 out of 21 is more like it. But don't worry. What do these points even mean, Milk?
I have no idea. I'm not sure it matters.
All right. Well, that day, Seat 7 asks to be executed. They say, I've confirmed 3 people aren't the demon. They're all still alive. I don't want to get the demon at this point. I think it'll be pretty obvious. I'm the Philo-Charmer. I think I would rather die than to prove myself than risk anything else here.
Okay.
And there's some hemming and hawing. A number of people say, well, it's sort of good for us if you do pick the team in Seat 7. But enough people see the plaintive look in their eyes and agree to kill off Seat 7. So Seat 7 is executed and dies. Now they've confirmed, they say 3 living players. And they're not saying who. So, what are you thinking here, Milk?
I could go for the barber swap, hoping that they've confirmed one of the 3 living players that they've confirmed is the spy. There are 7 players alive that aren't me, so that's kind of a 50-50. There's not a whole lot I can do other than try to move myself, but if the spy is also unconfirmed, if the spy is also confirmed by the Snake Charmer, there's, again, not a whole lot we can do there. Still have the Heretic play in the back pocket. Can always go to that. Probably is safest to get the spy out here, or to get the spy swapped to the Al-Hadikia at this point. I normally am pretty greedy and like to hold on to it, but the chances of the spy having been snake charmed are better than the chances of me having been snake charmed at this point.
Right, because for you it's 0. There's nothing you could have done to interfere with that.
Yep.
Unless they were specifically innkeeper drunk the night you killed the innkeeper.
Exactly, but unlikely.
So you're going to go for that barber. So tell me how you're going to kill that barber, Milk.
I mean, we're still going to keep using that. We're going to keep using that Sweetheart and Flower Girl. Unfortunately, I hate doing that here. We could use the Undertaker, but that just confirms the Tea Lady, and it still just points at the spy. So that's no good, really. I think what we have to do is pick the barber first, so that they don't know if they should pick live or die. It doesn't matter what they pick in this case, because we'll probably pick the Sweetheart. And we could pick the Undertaker this time and the Flower Girl, but we're still going to set up the Flower Girl to look like a minion that the town needs to kill. So, we can pick the Barber, then the Sweetheart, and then the Flower Girl.
Okay. Barber, Sweetheart, Flower Girl. I'll give you 3 points for killing the barber.
We have to now.
You have to. With that information from the Philo-Charmer being publicly shared, you basically have to swap. It was sort of a force your hands. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a real choice there. You had to kill the barber, you had to swap with the Al-Hadikia.
Mm-hmm.
So, Milk, I'd like you to get out of your seat and get into seat 4.
Okay. I'll get out of my seat and get out into seat 4. Hang on. Let me just go over here. I'm here now. I'll change my token. I'm the Al-Hadikia again.
Yeah, Milk. So you became the Al-Hadikia tonight. You haven't been the Al-Hadikia at all this game. This is your first time being the Al-Hadikia. You woke up. You received 3 points for killing the barber, and 1 point each. We'll say for using the Sweetheart and the Flower Girl, because it's not very creative. You've already used them as the 2 of them for 5 points total. So that will put you at 15 points total so far. Now you wake up, and for the first time this game, you're the Al-Hadikia.
Wow! What a surprise.
We'll say that people are pretty suspicious of this Flower Girl at this point, who last night actually said they chose die. The Snake Charmer confirms that the Flower Girl is not someone they picked, and the Flower Girl is pretty...
Yeah.
plaintively executed.
Yeah. This is what you have to do with a Stormcaught player. Oh, I never marked this player as Stormcaught. I should have marked this player as Stormcaught. You have to do this with Stormcaught players. You have to make them look as suspicious as possible.
So, with that in mind, Milk, there's 6 players alive going into the night. What are you going to do here?
Looks like we're going to be leaving the general alive. They have been picked by the Al-Hadikia, so that's helpful. They've been picked late by the Al-Hadikia, so that's also helpful because they were a last pick. I need to get rid of now. We haven't used the Sweetheart as an outsider, but we have used them as basically a way of guaranteeing kills. I need the Tea Lady. I need the Tea Lady dead now, and the Tea Lady's never going to pick to die. Which means I have no choice. I have to pick seat 9. I have to pick seat 9 chooses to live.
You can, yeah.
So if I pick two paths. I pick seat 9 first. They choose to live, and then they die because I pick seat 10 and seat 8. Or I pick seat 9 first. They choose to die, and then I also pick seat 10 and seat 8, which also causes them to die. So the best outcome for me is for seat 9 not to know who is being picked after them. So I pick seat 9 first. Then I'm going to pick seat 8, and then I'm going to pick seat 10. I don't have to do that. I could pick the spy, right? I can pick the spy here and use the spy as a way of guaranteeing that that the Tea Lady dies. So actually, that's a better choice. I'm going to pick seat 9. Seat 11. No, I need to kill seat 8. Yeah, I'll pick seat 9, seat 11, and seat 8.
Alright, you pick seat 9, seat 11, and seat 8.
Yep.
Alright, Milk, I'm going to give you 2 points for the Tea Lady here. You didn't need to kill the Tea Lady, and the Tea Lady's going to die tonight.
Yeah, I have to kill the Tea Lady, and this is a good place to do it.
I'm gonna give you 2 points for picking the Undertaker. I agree you also had to kill the Undertaker. You didn't want them to see that the Flower Girl
Can't see the Flower Girl's the drunk.
I'm gonna give you 0 points for picking the Spy. Because I think you were probably gonna get the triple if you picked all 3 of the Tea Lady peoples. Because the Tea Lady is... You would have certainly got a double.
I would have gotten the double. I don't know if I get the triple.
Because the Tea Lady is always going to choose to die at this stage of the game because they're worried about the possibility of them choosing live and then you picking their neighbors. So what happens here instead is the Tea Lady chooses die, your spy chooses live, and the Undertaker chooses live.
Yeah. I should have killed the Undertaker first and then killed the Tea Lady last, I guess. No, that doesn't work either. I don't have a way to kill the Undertaker here.
So you can hope the Tea Lady misplays, but if you...
Tea Lady chooses to die, and then I pick 10, 10 chooses to die, and then seat 8 chooses to live. So I still can't kill the Undertaker.
You still probably can't kill the Undertaker, but you get to...
Poison, seat 10, poison, seat 8. Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that line. That's a good line. I didn't see it.
So I'm going to give you, I think I said 3 points for that. That brings you up to 18.
Yeah, that was suboptimal. I could have done that better. But the spy's still alive. They're still a demon candidate, so it's fine.
Yeah. So now you're on 5, and the Philo Charmer says, "All right, these are the people I snake charmed. I snake charmed seat 8. I snake charmed seat 9, and I snake charmed seat 4. Hey, that's you. They snake charmed you.
Yeah, I'm not the demon. I'm whatever this player has been claiming the whole game."
Seat 2 goes, "I am the barber, though, so it's possible there's been a swap."
Good to know.
Alright, so...
That's actually good that seat 8's still alive then, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion and eventually a decision to kill seat 6, who got an evil is winning last night, and people think that good is winning for some reason. Seat 8 did see the Flower Girl as the drunk, which they say, and they say, "I think that means the Flower Girl is just good." But seat 6 is executed, and this gives you into a final 4 as an Al-Hadikia in the night.
Yeah, I mean, none of these good players are going to choose... the Sweetheart is always going to choose to die. which means the only player here I can kill is the sweetheart.
Well, there's... Okay.
But I can do other things that are very helpful.
So what are you going to do?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick me again.
You pick you again?
I'm picking me.
Okay.
I am then picking the Undertaker.
Okay.
With selection 2. And I am picking the Sweetheart with selection 3.
Ooh.
I am picking 2 people who are Snake Charmer confirmed. I'm picking 2 people who are Snake Charmer confirmed, and I am picking the Sweetheart. The Sweetheart should have heard that the Snake Charmer had confirmed these 2 players, even if they're Barber safe, right? Even if there was a Barber swap, these 2 players are still players that the Sweetheart should want to live because they're Snake Charmer confirmed. I've also made us both look slightly suspicious by being picked. I believe that Sweetheart will choose to die. I believe that the Undertaker will get false information because the Sweetheart chooses to die. And also, the only player who has not been picked is the starting Al-Hadikia in seat 11, who is now the spy, who is perfectly disposable.
Well, they were picked because you used to be in that seat now.
Right. But they weren't snake charmed.
Now, I'm going to say this isn't what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking of picking the Undertaker, the Sweetheart, who would protect the Undertaker, and then the Spy, who would pick Die, having seen these previous 2 picks, and hoping to get the game win without, dodging Final 3.
No, I'm happy to go Final 3.
I like your creativity here. So I'm going to give you 9 points. I'm going to give you the full 9 points for that. I will say the Sweetheart does in fact die.
Yep.
And the Undertaker wakes up and says they saw seat 6 as the Poisoner. Which seat 6 says, I am not Poisoner. And seat 8 says, yeah, I think you're probably good, because I'm pretty sure I'm just Sweetheart drunk here.
I think it's just seat 11?
Seat 8 says, my inclination is seats 4 and 11 are probably both evil, and we just have to figure out whether they did the barber swap or not. And who knows? We're not going to do this part.
Nope.
Because this was about Al-Had picks, not about what happened. So I think that means that you finished with 27 points, Milk.
I don't know what these points are for or what they mean, but yay?
Well, you receive a certificate.
Yay!
Because you got enough points to get a certificate, Milk.
I did it! I'm a certified Al-Hadikia.
Well, no, that has nothing to do with being an Al-Hadiki. It's just a certificate.
Oh. I'll put it on my resume.
Yeah, you can put a received certificate on Crimson Areas on your resume.
Nice. That's exciting. I'll definitely add that to my extensive list of certifications.
All right. So with that, I think we've had a good time.
Yeah, this has been pretty fun, don't you think?
Yeah, and at some point maybe we'll figure out what these certificates mean, but you'll have to tune in next time if you want to have any hope.
We hope that your scenarios this week are grim.
Also, go to Clocktower Con in April. There's probably a few tickets left. I haven't checked in a while. April
Like
15th.
65 left.
And there's still tickets to Vegas in October the 27th to 29th.
Live grim scenarios!
Live Grim Scenarios. Maybe we'll reveal the mystery of the certificates.
Ooh, a mystery. Everyone loves a mystery.
With that, goodbye.
Good times.